These are the 5 reasons why your sex life is non-existent. Today we're reacting to Psych2Go's video of the 5 reasons why your sex life is non-existent. I'm curious what you resonate with, and I'm interested to add my thoughts on this video because I think they could have gone a little bit deeper in order to help you really unlock your sexual potential.
We saw many of you in the comments talking about not having much of a sex life or wondering why it's not happening.
And my comments too.
So we made a video to explain the why behind it. Let's dive right in. Unresolved issues. This fear stems from past hurts and disappointments, preventing you from taking the leap of faith to explore new sexual connections and experiences. Imagine how this...
Before we get further into this, I think we have to have a little bit of a conversation like defining what do you mean by sex life? There are many individuals who like physical intimacy, like intercourse, is not like a really important thing in their life. And that's great and beautiful. There are other people who need that kind of physical, like sexual connection multiple times a day. And so first, I think before we even get into this, do you know what your sex life is? Do you know what is natural for you and what makes you happy? Because before you go saying like, oh no, is this okay? Is that okay? Who are you? What makes you happy? What do you need? Don't let outside pressures try and determine and make you into something that you're not. So let's start there.
Fear can keep you stuck in a predictable and unfulfilling sexual routine. The initial passion and anticipation have dimmed, and you find yourself yearning for something more. Yet fear holds you back.
And I would say too, like adding a little bit to fear stifles curiosity. Fear and curiosity are kind of like antithetical to each other. Wow. Do you like how I casually use the word antithetical in an everyday conversation? Love that. They are opposites. The more fear you have, the less curious you are. The more curious you are, the less fear you have. And that's why you see babies being the most curious, because they have no fear. They just jump right off the edge of a bed, right? Or cats. Cats are kind of stupid. I mean, I love cats. I have 2. But they have no fear. And so they are curious cats. So I also want to ask you, fear is important, but ask yourself, when did you lose your curiosity? Especially if you have a long-term committed sexual partner. When did you stop being curious about their sexuality? When did you feel like you knew everything about them? Because that's when I see the fire die out in relationships.
To reignite that spark in your sexual life, it's essential to acknowledge and address your fear. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or in the early stages of a crush, breaking free from the grip of past hurt involves taking small steps, exploring new sexual experiences, and nurturing your sense of curiosity. It's about gradually building the confidence to open yourself up to new sexual possibilities.
Little segue here. The latest episode of the Tripping Off podcast is about my thoughts on how to build confidence in 2024. 2 key points to confidence in that podcast episode, posting on Friday night.
And discover the excitement and spontaneity you've been missing. Priority. Are the daily grind of work, chores, and responsibilities taking up all your time and energy? When the day is done, you're too tired for romance and...
This is the scene right out of Anna and Elsa, right? This is Anna waking up in Frozen. What does that say that I instantly recognize that scene?
All your time and energy? When the day is done, you're too tired for romance and sex. And the monotony of your life has made things too predictable. Many of us can relate to this struggle of making...
I know that you all stopped paying attention when you heard them say monotony, and you saw that they spelled it wrong. So let me go back. See, monotony. I know that you all lost concentration. So let me go back so we can watch it together, because I sure did.
Things too predictable. Many of us can relate to this struggle of making room for love amidst life's demands. It's common in both dating and long-term relationships for the initial spark to fade as routines take over.
I'll also say, too, there's a lot of really interesting research out there that young adults are having less sex than they typically did in previous years because there's so many things competing for our attention. So not only routine, like maybe they're going to get to this in a minute, but not only routine, but those things that distract us, scrolling on our phone for hours. You used to not have the magical box of TikTok inside your hand. So If you're two sitting in a room and you got nothing else to do, you get bored, what do? You have a little fun time physically together. But now we have TikTok, so it's crazy. Like young adults are having, and even older adults are having less sex than they typically did. Pay attention to what you're prioritizing over your sexual connection with your partner.
But it's crucial to prioritize your intimate connections and explore new ways to rekindle desire.
And this goes for individuals as well. Like if you're not in a relationship right now, are you spending time exploring, being curious, and really engaging with your own sexuality? Talking about, masturbation. I hesitated saying masturbation because I don't know if that demonetizes me, but I'm not monetized anyway, so it's fine. But are you exploring different ways to masturbate and enjoy your body and bring that pleasure to you? Pleasure has to be, and happiness has to be, a priority for you in 2024. So don't count yourself out just because you're not in a committed relationship right now. That is fine. There are practices that you can engage in that will make you happier. And the research is really big. Like orgasm helps with depression, helps with anxiety, helps you sleep. So many good things about it.
Regardless of your relationship status. Fear of intimacy.
Status.
Do you ever find yourself hesitating to embrace intimacy and closeness in your sexual life, whether you're single or harboring desires for someone? This fear can create barriers, preventing you from experiencing the passionate, satisfying sexual connections you desire. This fear might hold you back, making it difficult to trust or open up to potential partners. Often rooted in past experiences, it can hinder your ability to fully engage in sexual intimacy and reveal your true desires.
Let me say this too. This goes both ways. Fear inside and fear outside. Fear outside is, I'm afraid that they're going to hurt me. Fear inside is, I don't feel good enough. If I reveal my true self, I'm going to be shamed for that. The more that you can learn to accept yourself, the less that you're dependent upon other people's opinions of you and who you are. So if you reveal something about yourself and they reject it, you're like, I'm confident in who I am. If you don't like that about me, that's fine. You don't have to accept it. But I still do. I'm not dependent upon your opinion of me for that validation. So the more that you work on that in therapy, the less risky vulnerability actually becomes. I mean, if you share your credit card number with someone, that's a different kind of vulnerability. But emotional vulnerability, if you have confidence and you've worked on accepting yourself, emotional vulnerability gets a lot easier. So let me just encourage you there. If you're struggling with that, it may be time for you to learn to accept yourself more and not be so dependent on other people's opinions.
To overcome this fear and enjoy a more fulfilling sexual life, acknowledge it and take steps towards healing and growth. Self-reflection, therapy, or open communication with partners can help you address this fear and lead to deeper, more satisfying connections.
Bingo bongo. That's what I gotta say.
Body image.
Ooh, huge.
Have body image concerns or self-esteem issues affected your confidence in the bedroom? Our relationship with our bodies plays a significant role in our sexual well-being.
It's very true.
Imagine feeling self-conscious about your body or struggling with low self-esteem, which can dampen your confidence and inhibit your ability to fully enjoy intimate moments.
I absolutely agree. And I would say the best thing that you can do is, instead of hiding those insecurities, share them. If someone's going to shame you for your insecurities, that is not a relationship you want to be in, and better to find out now than to wait too long. But if you do share them with a healthy partner, they're going to be able to affirm and validate and care for and encourage those things that you're the most insecure about. And that's where we heal. I mean, there's a great saying in psychotherapy: broken in relationships and healing in relationships. If you got broken because of people's opinions and their bullying of you, the only way that you can heal is by allowing somebody in who's going to build that confidence back with you. So it's like, you almost have to duplicate the scenario that caused the trauma to begin with so you can heal. If it happened in a relationship where someone was shaming you, having the validation from a partner who you can trust and who is there for you is the best way to heal from those things too. And that's huge for body image.
These internal struggles can deeply impact your sexual experiences. It is important to cultivate self-compassion and embrace body positivity. Accepting and loving ourselves as we are is crucial for developing a healthy and fulfilling sex life.
And that is not narcissistic. There's a big difference between narcissism and loving and accepting yourself. Narcissism, here's the difference. Oh my gosh, this is huge. It took me 10 years of practice and a whole graduate degree, and still nobody taught it to me. I had to learn it myself. The difference between narcissism and confidence is narcissism has to put somebody else down. If you're like, I'm smart, I'm sexy, I'm healthy, I'm capable, I'm motivated, I'm intelligent, those are confidence statements. If you're saying, I'm smarter than them, I'm better than them, I'm sexier than them, those are narcissistic statements. That's how you can tell the difference. So if you're ever worried, am I being too full of myself? If you're comparing yourself to others, you're full of yourself. You're putting other people down. Not good. If you're just validating things that you have and gifts and abilities, that's great. And anybody who says shit about that has issues in their own life that they're projecting onto you. So don't let it poison your brain.
Engaging in self-care practices, seeking therapy, and challenging negative body image narratives can help build confidence and enhance intimacy.
Yes.
Health. Have you considered how your physical health impacts your sex life? Imagine dealing with chronic pain or fatigue due to a health condition that can make it difficult to engage in sexual activities.
Yup.
Physical well-being plays a crucial role in one's sex life.
Very true. And a lot of it comes down to blood flow. Like, you need a lot of blood flow to engage in sex. And so if your heart's not good, your body's not good, your circulation and the oxygenation of your blood is not very efficient, you're going to struggle with your sex life. And that can't be overstated. Like, that's really important. And a lot of people forget that.
It's important to prioritize self-care, seek appropriate medical guidance,
See how they go
and
hand in
explore
hand?
strategies
Yes.
for managing health conditions to enhance sexual well-being. By seeking appropriate medical guidance, exploring treatments, and adopting a healthy lifestyle, you can improve your physical well-being and revive your sex life.
Well, let me know what resonated with you. If you're comfortable, post in the comments below. I'd love to have a healthy conversation because dreams and sex life are very much connected. And my favorite part about this whole thing, I was talking to the special subscribers inside of my Discord about this, that my favorite thing is projection. Any avenue that gives us an opportunity to observe our mind through projection is such a fascinating thing. Dreams are projections of our emotions while we sleep. Sex is a projection of our deeper core self with other people. And a lot of times, maybe we can go into this in a separate video, kink culture, different things that you're into, fetishes will often communicate past traumas or personal struggles or personal validations that we need through sex and sexuality. And so if you've got like a praise kink or a shame kink, or you like BDSM, right? Or maybe you're just really into feet. I don't know. All of those different things teach us something and show us something about our own psychology. And it's fascinating to explore those things because huge revelations lie beneath the surface of our projections. I'd love to share them with you. Subscribe down below, hit the like button, let me know your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.